Hello, my friends. My name is Darren Gerdes, and here are four quick, brief stories for today. Here are the four big stories for today. So I saw this. Ben Hodges said, powerful in its clarity and simplicity, terrific article about the importance of NATO and why it is still a success despite the challenges. So I went and read the article, and the article was talking about how, the background to NATO, how it founded, and then after victory in World War II, the Allied powers created NATO and United Nations and Bretton Woods Financial Accord and the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund and eventually GATT, which became the World Trade Organization. And none of these organizations work nearly as well as NATO. And if NATO can remember its purpose, if NATO can remember like what it's there for and actually do what it's there for, it can achieve some significant success. Its days are not over, and NATO can still be very strong. Founded on the principles of democracy and individual liberty and the rule of law, membership in NATO is voluntary, stringent, and exclusive. No communists allowed. NATO has always understood itself to be a bulwark of freedom and self-government, and this conception has shielded it from insidious forces that have corrupted the likes of the UN, which he's not all that favorable about. Okay, let's go on to the second article. So in Tbilisi, Georgia, there's these demonstrations against the foreign agents law that continue. Georgian media report that law enforcers beat up the head of the largest opposition party in Georgia, the United National Movement, Levin Kabashvili. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, the leader of the Citizens Political Association. Local television company Formula reported an American lawyer, Ted Jonas, was beaten during the dispersal of the protests. His teeth were knocked out and his nose was broken. So here's the leader of the party, MP and chairman of the largest opposition party, United National Movement, Levin Kabashvili, I think I said that better, who was beaten at a rally the day before, spoke in Parliament. I was told, you have a long tongue. You constantly criticize the government. They, the riot police, said, kill him and say he hit his head. They told me that they wouldn't beat me if I said I was a wanker, but I did not give them such pleasure, Kabashvili said. Levin Kabashvili called on the ruling party to withdraw the law and recalled the words of Georgian Dream leaders who said last year that no law is worth a child's hair. Young people were beaten to bruises. People stopped discussing the law. If you don't, I call on citizens of Georgia to come out to protest. Everyone should come forward and defend the interests of Georgia. The people of Georgia are seeing what's going on in Ukraine and know that they could be clamped down on next, and they're coming out to protest. Okay, yesterday I mentioned Marjorie Taylor Greene. She keeps popping up. Why do I keep mentioning her? Some of the comments were saying, don't talk about her anymore. She's important because she could be a spoiler for Ukraine. Just today, she put this out. The Uniparty, again, only MAGA talks in terms of Uniparty. The Uniparty hates MAGA. They don't want to make America great again. The Uniparty is MUGA, make Ukraine great again. And then she wants to rail about how we're giving this money to Ukraine and how bad that is and that sort of thing. Okay, we got to keep an eye on that just because she could be a spoiler. All right, next story. This is really interesting. Russian Deputy Defense Minister Timur Ivanov was detained about a week ago for some kind of bribery, but everybody knows he was bribing. In fact, he and his wife are living the high life. Actually, he and his wife had a legal divorce, but they're still together. But he has a civil servant, a high-ranking civil servant salary, but he lives like a millionaire or billionaire. And what's going on? Well, he's on the take. And this, in the British intelligence update, says that this could actually affect many, many, many members of the Russian military general staff, and it could go very deep. So keep an eye on what's going on there. Thank you for your time. Thank you for the likes, the shares, the subscribes. I apologize for my daily brief video it was cut off at like 3 minutes. It was a 14-minute video. I reposted it, and I apologize for that, but you can see all the highlights from that as well. Go back to that video. Thank you for your time, and thank you for being the kind of person that cares about Ukraine.